Nobody teaches you how to be legendary. You either are, or you aren't. And the moment Anita Ekberg walked into a room, everybody knew. She wasn't trying. She wasn't performing. She simply existed, in a way most people never will. A quiet girl from Sweden, who somehow became eternal. This is her story. She was born in Malmö, Sweden in 1931. The seventh of 8 children. A small house. A simple life. A family that had very little, but somehow gave her everything she needed. Almost nothing about that childhood suggested that this girl would one day stop the world in its tracks. But even then, even as a young girl walking the streets of Malmö, there was something about her. Something quiet. Something powerful. Something that couldn't be explained. Couldn't be taught in any classroom. It could only be felt by anyone lucky enough to be near it. When Anita arrived in Hollywood in the early 1950s, she didn't tiptoe in. She didn't send a letter asking for permission. She arrived, standing nearly 6 feet tall, with eyes that held entire conversations before she even opened her mouth. She was impossible to overlook. Impossible to forget. Hollywood noticed. Almost immediately. Small roles became bigger ones. Bigger ones became unforgettable ones. Magazines wanted her on their covers. Directors wanted her in their films. But the world was still waiting for the one moment that would define her forever. Now here is what the history books sometimes miss about Anita Ekberg. She was not just a face. She was not just a figure. She was warm. Genuinely deeply warm. She laughed loudly, lived boldly, and absolutely refused to take herself too seriously. In an era when Hollywood wanted its leading ladies polished proper, perfectly contained behind a careful smile, Anita was joyful, spontaneous, real. She would laugh at herself before anyone else could. She would walk into a party and become the party. That was the real magic. Not the beauty alone, but the spirit blazing behind it. And then came the moment that made her immortal. 1960 Rome. Federico Fellini's La Dolce Vita. The Trevi Fountain. Midnight. The city holding its breath. A white gown. And Anita waiting in. Arms open wide. Head tilted back. Eyes softly closed. As if she had surrendered herself completely to that single perfect, unrepeatable moment in time. It became one of the most iconic images in the entire history of cinema. Not because it was carefully engineered. Not because someone planned it to be beautiful, but because it was her. Completely honestly her. Fellini didn't just cast Anita Ekberg in that film. He consecrated her. He held a mirror up to the world. And inside it, people saw everything they had ever quietly longed to feel. Joy, freedom, beauty without apology. And that is her greatest gift to all of us. Not the glamour, not the fame, but the reminder that the most unforgettable souls in this world are simply the ones who are fully fearlessly themselves. Anita Ekberg was one of those souls. She came from a small house in Sweden. She asked no one's permission. She simply showed up as everything she was, and quietly, gracefully, let the world catch up. A girl from Sweden who became eternal, just like she always was.